In this video, we're going to add a little bit more interaction to the enemy player and just show you how to kind of animate that and just make it a bit more interesting. So if we head on over to the enemy scene, which is right here, and open this one up. So we've already got our enemy, and we're just going to make him fly around a little bit just to make it so that it's a bit harder for the player. So the first thing we need to do is click on this top node and press plus. And then we're going to add an animation player. So you can either type it here, or hopefully by now it'll be over on the left hand side. Double click to open. Now we've got our animation player open, we can come down the bottom and press the animation button and say new. And we're just going to say something like enemy move. Okay, and then press OK. And we're just going to make this about 2 seconds long. We want to turn on autoplay, which is this button here, and we also want to turn on looping, so it's always moving. Now we will have to do two parts for this, so we're going to have to do the animation, but we're also going to have to animate the collision as well. So if we select the animation sprite, and then from here, if we click on the animation button, what you then get is you get all of these. So it's two parts. Let me just do that again, just to show you that. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you have the animation player. And then you click on the animation sprite, and when you've got this selected, you do need to come down the bottom and click on this animation button in order so you can see all the keys, okay? So once again, we're just going to keep this really simple, but if you want to make it more complex, that's completely up to you. So on number 0, all I'm going to do is add something like, actually we're going to do it at its root position. So we're just going to press the key and then create. So now we've got this root position created, let's move to something like 1 second, and let's just say something like 50, and then key that one in. So you'll notice that it's now moving ever so slightly away from the actual position of the original collision. So what we'd need to do also is click on the collision, go back to the beginning, and also do the same for this. So go to transform, change this to, actually you can leave it where it is and press the key, create a new lane, and then move it on to this 1 second point, and then say something like 50, and then key that one in. So now they're both in exactly the same position. Now we can move it to, let's move it to halfway actually, so this kind of point here. Go back to the animation, and let's go back to our transform, and let's move it something like -40. And then don't forget to key it. Okay, so we're going to move all the way over here. So we're just going to get this like buzzing effect. And then we just need to do exactly the same with the collision. So come back to the collision where it says transform, and we're just going to say -40 here as well. And it'll be roughly in the same place. And then don't forget to key it. And then finally, we're just going to move to this end point, and we're just going to key these in. So key that one, go over to the animation sprite, transforms, don't forget to press this animation button so you can get the actual key up. And there we go. Let's just play that, see what happens. Okay, so nice and simple, a bit robotic, but it will do for now. If you want to make something a bit more complex, that would be also cool. So let's just stop that. Now, because we've already got the enemy in all the scenes, that's pretty much all we have to do. But let's go and test it. So if we open up level 1 and then play, you should see that they already move around. It is a bit robotic, so you do have all the enemies doing the exact same thing. So you could actually set up multiple enemies just so it doesn't look as robotic as that really, or as standard, But that's the general principles behind that.